I mean, this is no shade to this man. You just sound like the one of the old chimney sweep groups.
He killed that verse though.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
He killed that shit. You know, this is our oldest song. This came out like last year, 2021. You don't know. I forgot. Let me fact check that. Don't come too close. Alright, so yeah, 2021, I think. Yeah. Alright, so Between the Sheets.
Whew.
Alright, boom, we're back.
All right, this is not your everyday R&B playlist, all right?
Alright, we're back with Nice Fine.
Between the Sheets.
Between the Sheets segment.
Yes. And I really just enjoy this because I feel like R&B is a different space. People say like they don't like the way it sounds and this, that, and the other. It doesn't blah, blah. That's because you're not looking. If you are not looking for this type of R&B that you want, you will not find it.
What's up, world? We're back.
That's good.
Yeah, so Between the Sheets, R&B tracks.
Yes, yeah.
So what are some hot R&B tracks that you found recently?
All right. So I would say, hold up, let me pull up the Spotify.
Well, I remember you recently hit me up and you were talking about just the trend of toxic R&B and why toxic R&B is so fun.
Absolutely. Look. There was a wave of whenever R&B artists were trying to like be rappers in terms of like their flow, their style, this, that, and the other. And so it really felt like it was just a cohesive thing. But now R&B artists have like started to get into their own insecurities, things that they just do that just some wild shit, and they don't care anymore. R&B artists just don't care anymore. They just living in it.
Well, we talked about this, you know, like music is like a lot of times especially from a listener standpoint, from a fan standpoint, it's kind of like it either correlates our lives or it's a reflection of someone else's life, right?
Right.
And you know, music is also a sign of the times. So you got like let's check out like the transition and the change of R&B music. You know, back in the G, R&B music was that lovey-dovey, that pop type deal.
Bro, I remember whenever there was an interview of Lionel Richie on like the Larry King show, right? And he was like, whenever I'm making music, I can't say the word love, so I have to find a way to reframe that word in a song.
Well, I'm not even referencing that.
Right.
What I'm referencing is more so like, all right, let's give an example, like New Edition.
Okay.
Like, Mr. Telephone Man, something wrong with my life. I called my baby. Like that joint, you remember that? You remember like the R&B tracks were like that? And then now we transition to now, where it's like,
ain't no crying in the club.
like telephone ain't working.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm with somebody else.
I'm with somebody else. Yeah, that number ain't working. I'm gonna mess with somebody else. And it was a reflection of like real life, because like out here in these streets, especially in Dayton, it's treacherous. It's treacherous. Like it is the trenches.
Absolutely.
Like it is bad, and it's a reflection. I feel like it's reflected in the R&B. But anyway, back to a previous conversation that kind of goes with this. It's how we was talking about SZA, the change between the Z album to the Control album, and we were saying it went from it seemed like the demo were for people who were like into crystals, incense, kind of hipsterish, and it went from that to the demos coming to the shows changing to like hot girls.
Right.
It went from crystals to booty shorts. Right. You know what I mean? So like, and we talk about how
not mutually exclusive, by the way.
Yeah, we love both. We love both, and we was talking about how, you know, like people, we're dynamic as people.
Right.
You know, we're dynamic people, and R&B is a cool way of reflecting it, and it's just a reflection of like what's like just how, because it's about love, and love is very toxic right now, and the dating scene is
it's shaky. It's shaky out there.
I've been blessed recently.
Yeah.
Person who I'm dating right now is probably gonna watch this. She's gonna be like, "Yo, what are you talking about? We're good. Like, shit is good."
So you get, and just to like pull some references, right? You have Sir on The Recipe, right? And that isn't in the recipe, right? And he is like, in that song, he's like, this ain't gonna work out because you and me just here for a good time, not a long one. You know what I mean? You have songs like, what is it? Please Don't Lean on Me. Please Do Not Lean on Me by Daniel Caesar, where he's saying that in a beautiful way, by the way, just the way he's singing it, you want to be with me, but like, this is not gonna be what you want it to be.
That's like that new Division song that came out recently, and like they said that like Jay-Z sent a text to like Jermaine Dupri or something like that. He was like, I thought nobody could make a song more toxic than Song Cry, but you guys did it. It's like a brand new Division song. What's the name of it? Oh shoot.
Don't Get Caught or something like that? Don't Get Caught?
Yeah, Don't Get Caught or something like that, yeah.
I mean, but there's been a balance. I mean, even after that, like after last night, or what was that song with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, where you're like, this bitch at me paying for rent, paying for trips.
I forgot. No, you're talking about yeah.
Even that, he's like, I think everybody's going through these phases where they're just like, man, fuck love, fuck dating. We just gonna be these mob.
That's a fact. I mean, all right. So I remember we was talking the other day, and you did send me like 2 tracks, and you sent me some tracks you found that Mod the God, Love Stories.
Yeah, that's.
And a guy who I think he was previously signed to Soul Election, but I'm not sure if he's still under him. Fabio?
Fabo, I believe.
Yeah, he has that. Before I Let Her Go.
Yeah, that song.
It's toxic.
Nah, that one's more about like, I want you to stay, and I'm gonna do anything in my power to make that happen.
Oh shit! See, there's some light at the end of the tunnel.
I mean, like I
that
said,
dark tunnel called the trenches of love and dating.
I mean, it's a very nice balance between that toxic R&B that's out right now, and just like those still lovey-dovey songs. It's just the fact that the toxic R&B is winning, because that's the trend of how music is being played. Like Future's getting spins, you know what I mean? And there's a reason for it. And these R&B artists are seeing it, and they're like, I mean, I could make something about how I need to be out in the rain, like on a light pole, screaming your name, crying, like snot bubbling about why you should never leave me. Or I can make a song about how I'm in this limo right now, my other girl is calling me while I'm with my other girl.
Right.
And this shit's just gonna pop.
Yeah.
Cause it just sounds cooler.
Yeah, and for the viewers out there, like these are 2 like up and coming artists that we're talking about, and like both of those tracks that Cinna found are really, really dope. So the first one was Mod the God,
Yeah.
and that's spelled M-O-D, D-A, God, G-O-D. And then Fabio, hopefully we're saying his name correctly.
Right.
Fabo. I don't think it's Fabo. Like you talking about like the guy from
Yeah, it's Phabo.
Is Fabo like the dude from D4L?
I believe so. I mean,
Wait, not D4L. What's that group? Fucking.
Fabo.
Laffy Taffy.
Yeah.
Them. I don't think it's like that, right? Well, we'll figure it out. But
We'll figure it out.
his name is spelled Phabo. The track is called Before I Let Her Go. And then his other tapes are actually really, really good too.
Absolutely.
Like his.
And like just to get into the real bag of R&B, like you have artists like Aaron Ray, right? His album that came out was fucking amazing. Hello Poison, spectacular. And then on top of that, you put Blast on a song
It's a
about
cheat code.
it's a cheat code
That's
nowadays.
God.
It's a
That's
cheat
my
code.
God.
Blast will make your song pop.
You realize he's been on. So, all right, for those of you guys out there, this is like what we're doing in real life. Later today, we're gonna go to the Burna Boy concert.
Right.
Friday, I went to the Kendrick concert, and you realize he got features on both of those albums,
Yes.
and like those
Oh
are
my
like two of the biggest, like two huge albums. You know what I mean?
Don't forget he was on Nas's album too.
Blast is a cheat code.
Blast is everywhere now.
And
He was
then-
he was on Rick Ross's album.
Blast is a cheat code. He is a cheat. You remember when the first time? All right, so how I came across Blast was when his tape first came out, the No Love Lost tape. The day it came out, and I was just going through like the Apple Music, New Music, and whatnot,
Yeah.
and I saw his album cover, and I was like, yo, this. I was like, for some reason, something just drew me to that album.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it, I was like, I never heard of this guy before. I looked in, I hit on the album, and I went down to the bottom and saw that he was signed to Red Bull. And I was like, oh shoot, Red Bull has a record label. And I was like, oh wow. They expanded beyond.
Just like energy drinks.
I mean, they're already doing events with the Red Bull, like flying, the diving and shit. Yeah.
So
And I listened to that tape, and I was like, man, this is the best tape that came out that weekend. And that weekend that tape came out, they had some other heavy hitters that came out that same weekend. But I was telling all my friends, I think I even told you, I was like,
Yeah,
bro,
you sent it to me.
I was like, this is the best tape that came out this week.
Look, whenever you sent it, I was like, all right, chill, bro. Because I mean, there are other artists that popped out at the same time. But the second I heard, what was it? Damn. Honestly, the whole thing just is he's able to use old tracks
he's
and
amazing at sampling.
at sampling, his ability to use it in his verses and his hooks, crazy.
That dude, Blast is serious, man. Blast is serious.
All right, so on No Love Lost, I believe the song that really got me was Wrong or Right. That one, whenever I heard it, I was like, oh my gosh. And then I kept going, and I was like, every song sounds like a summer smash. And I just couldn't believe my ears and the fact that it was the whole tape. Because nowadays, albums are being made to have like a certain set of time. Like some albums are only like 15 minutes long, some are 25. But whenever he condensed his work down, he was able to just make something ride, cohesive, and also sound different from track to track.
Yeah, and his newer tape too. Newer tape that came out this year is the same case. It was like very, very good, man. Very, very good.
Before you go, absolutely.
Yeah, and then let's see what other like cool R&B tracks. Oh,
Hold up. We can't talk about R&B because I feel like people leave them out of the conversation all the time.
and the people who are listening, their group name is literally called Day, They.
Period. I think it used to be an exclamation mark, but they changed it.
Man, they are super underrated and been super underrated for years, man.
The same way that they are, the same way Blast is able to write songs and just make them smash hits, same exact way. Like I believe there are two songwriters, one from Cali, the other one's from Denver or Colorado, and just their ability.
Somebody out there fact check.
I know one of them is from Aurora. I can't remember where the other one's from, but just their ability to songwrite and really just bring in instrumentals to give like a different
Like
feeling.
an orchestrated feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that comfortable track they had, they just released is super, super good.
Yeah, but by the way, Fana Hughes, another artist that people need to be listening to right now. Her project was great, as well as her colors performance for Breakfast. Incredible. Like whenever I heard her vocals, I was like, I had to hear more.
Yeah, I feel that.
And look, I could go down the list. Tamara, all right, she's a fantastic R&B artist. Like,
Part of that UK takeover.
yeah,
The talent that's coming out the UK right now is man. Well, they always had amazing talent, but like it's kind of just like overwhelming now. Like how more and more and more are just coming out. Like it is crazy.
And like we were saying earlier, like I feel like the UK is really having like their moment, like the same way Canada did whenever they had The Weeknd, Drake, Party Next Door, like Roy Woods, that whole wave of artists. Preem. The UK now has artists like Hope Tala, Flo, Jack James, just the whole R&B scene that is coming out from there right now. Sneak. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they got this other guy, James Victory.
James Victory?
Victory. Is it? Is his name? James Victory. He's known for like this track he released in 2018, but like his music is like really, really good. And he's starting to like release some more new music, and I think he has a tape that's coming out soon. But you know, that's a different segment. Like that UK scene right now is crazy. But
I would say this, like I just really like how R&B is moving right now, because you have artists like Rini, R-I-N-I, right? You have artists like Giveon, you have Coltrane. I don't want to miss out on his projects too, because
Coltrane's another UK guy.
Really?
I think so. I think he's out the UK too.
Damn. Okay. I didn't know that.
I think he's out the UK. I could be completely wrong.
Because Coltrane, like his ability to move in between, like,
North London.
oh man,
Yeah.
what is in the water over there, bro?
so
Cleo so
UK.
Hold up, because they are going crazy out there.
Crazy out there.
Yeah, I just really love the way these artists are like releasing their music, as well as just like taking like care of just their sound.
Yeah.
And so the
And then, you know, we just saw like
Ed Sheeran just was like, it's like the #1 artist
Right.
on Spotify right
Right.
now. So yeah.
man, I honestly can't wait to hear more artists coming out. Another one, Tidra Moses, and one of my favorites. I don't know where I haven't looked up her backstory yet, but Thui. I don't know how to pronounce it. Tui.
Yeah.
I can't say it, but
yeah, her music's real good. She's
I
out
can,
the Bay, right? She's out
yeah,
the Bay area?
yeah. I cannot rave about her music enough, because the way she is able to just make songwrite, as well as just make bops with her R&B tracks. This shit is just, I just really enjoy R&B.
Yeah, there's even more than that. Like, for example, Maida. You know, we're like a big Maida. Like Maida, like she got she did the Under the Covers EP, where she does like all her covers of like different R&B tracks.
Specifically for SoundCloud too.
Specifically for SoundCloud, which is, you know, I have to worry about clearing. I'm assuming that's the reason why. I don't know, but her Under the Covers joint is dope, and then like her other EPs are fire too. I'm a big fan of how she did that Don Toliver Swing on
West Side.
Yeah, her cover of that, she killed it. And then, you know, Amber, out of New Orleans, you know, I gotta show love to the people from my hometown. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Her recent tape was fire, and talk about, you know, another R&B act, Jack James.
Jack James.
She got that song "I'm Baby" with him, dope track.
And let's circle back to Jack James because you said earlier he was not getting enough shine for what he's doing. And his latest project, what is it called? Yeah, his latest project, On the Rocks. I mean, like we were saying earlier, these albums, EPs, whatever you want to call them, they're getting a little shorter. But I feel like now these artists are being a lot more refined on what songs that they're putting out. And so you have songs like Galaxy Swim, which is just like a nice ambionic sound track. You have Drunk Love, which is honestly one of my favorites because just he uses his ability to use his vocals to really make you like sway with the track. And then Hennessy Tears.
That's like the best song title I've heard in a long time. Hennessy Tears.
Hennessy Tears.
I remember like the first time I heard the tape, I was looking at it. I said Hennessy Tears. I was like, no, that's wild. Is that like when you get super super drunk and you start fighting somebody, but you mad to the point that you start crying? You know how some people when they fight they cry? That's like Hennessy Tears. Because you know how I feel about Hennessy. I think it's like the fermented tears of our ancestors, but that's just me. They got bad spirits in that drink, bro.
Yo.
Anyways, that's what we're gonna title this one. It's called Hennessy Tears. But yeah, man, like across the board, dope. Yeah, between the sheet segment, it's all about showing love to R&B right now. R&B right now is in a cool, unique space right now.
It's in the renaissance. And although this artist isn't R&B, oh, by the way, gotta show love to Shelly. His album, amazing.
So did he officially change his name to Shelly?
I mean, I think he did because Shelly, FKA, formerly known as Drum. So I believe if you want to go by Shelly, this man's name is Shelly.
We let him do his thing.
Right. And so his ability to make R&B music is crazy. Another one that kind of gets overshadowed by his rap ability, but I don't really know if it counts as R&B, but it's within that mood change type deal, is West Side Boogie.
I see where you're going with that.
West Side Boogie's ability to make R&B rap songs is crazy.
I see where you're going with that.
Cause he the same way like you had Tyler the Creator, like essentially pushing artists to become more open in how they feel and putting more of their thoughts into their lyrics. West Side Boogie has really made ratchet love into a subgenre.
So, all right, bam. We can end this segment on this. Bam. So I think he had a hand in writing Summer Walker's verse on Kendrick's tape.
Really?
On that, what's that?
Purple Hearts.
Purple Hearts.
Yeah.
I think West Side Boogie, I think he had a hand in writing it. Because I think I saw a post of him saying that.
Yeah, he did have.
She has this one line that says, it ain't real love unless you eat my ass.
Think West Side Boogie wrote that.
We need to fact check it.
Right.
I would love to find out from him if he did write that part. But every time I hear that part in the song, I laugh. Like, it ain't real love unless you eat my ass. I was like, oh my God, and it goes back to the culture we're in right now as far as R&B. There's a lot of toxic love. Cause
Right. Hey, also
if I got
this album, incredible.
Incredible.
This shit is the whole storyline wild.
Incredible. But it's wild.
hearing that your mom ain't shit.
Right. Right. I've never heard that insult before.
Bruh, that's a hard ass insult.
It's like
Imagine somebody coming up to your mom and saying, and your mom ain't shit for raising you and making you the way you are.
Nick, and the wild part about it is, you the person who produced that song. So somebody talking shit about you on the song you produce, and that should become a hit.
True that he produced?
Yeah.
It's true that he produced all that?
Yeah, London produced that.
If you hear a voice in the background, that's our producer Retro. He makes a.
Yeah, yo, man, what's happening, y'all? Part-time player, full-time scholar, you know
Hey,
what
talk
I'm
to
saying?
him.
Look, you feel me? Rue is the revolutionary, Retro is the debonair, you know.
Come on now.
Talk that.
Well, anyway, yo, like, the fact that, I don't know, she hit a point, though, because I'm like, all right, yeah, like, there's a lot of fuck boys going on around here. There's a lot of that, but, like, who's raising them? That's what I was like, because it's, you know, in some cases, these are single parent households.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, she got a point. She got a point.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, this ain't within our segment, but I think we might need to make an episode of, and we were like, people tuning in, we want your opinion.
but see, I think
We want your feedback.
I think the whole thing is just dope because it's in-house still. It's a whole family thing.
It's a whole
You know
family
what I
thing,
mean? You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? At that point.
We need to go through a list of like wild ass lines that people have said, because if like that's a wild ass line. Like if somebody told my mom you ain't shit for raising him like this, like there's a lot of lines that I hear that, but that's a wild ass line. Like that Cardi B slide on the op, it's electric.
That was hard.
I with one.
Bro, slide on the it's electric. That was so hard.
Yeah.
That was hard.
But I
Was that from Hot Shit?
That one she dropped with Dirk.
with Dirk.
Yeah, Hot Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, but that line right there is dope. That's a dope line. But I think and it's a credit to battle rap. I think it's inspired by a line that K-Shine had said.
What he said?
I think K-Shine said something similar.
Yeah.
He said something on like some slide on him, it's electric. Like something similar like that. And he did it in a battle rap,
Right.
like a while, well, I want to say a while back. I want to say it was this year. It was like earlier this year.
That could be the case.
But reason why I say that's a wild ass line. Imagine an op doing an electric slide on you,
Nah,
bro.
for real.
Did you get that?
Like you get murked, you get killed by an op, and then he does the electric. It's the boogie woogie. But I'm hunting you after I'm gone, like for the rest of your life. dog.
Haunting you. That's fact.
I'm hunting you,
But
like I'm in all your dreams and nightmares, bro.
But just to wrap up the segment, I would say like if there are two other artists that I feel like people need to listen to, it is definitely like Kenyon Dixon
Yeah, he's dope.
as well as Pink Sweats.
Yeah.
Can you-
Pink Sweats.
Pink-
Poppin'. Pink Sweats.
I mean, but still some people don't know about him.
True. I feel you.
Pink Sweats definitely has like a whole like vibe to his music.
Yeah.
And I feel like people really need to start tuning in.
Yeah, that Kenyon Dixon one is a good one too, for sure. He actually has a show out here in Houston, so I will tell you. I have to look.
We'll figure it out.
But yeah, that's between the sheets, man. Nice finds. Thanks for rocking with us.